My fellow Nigerian Institute of Industrial Security, Adekoya. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. How worried are you about the worsening security situation in the federal capital and other parts of the country?
Sorry, I lost the question. Can you come again with the question?
Yes, I was asking about how worried you are about the worsening insecurity in Abuja and other parts of the country.
Clearly, there are a number of concerns across the country, and we have been worried for some time. In the last 10 to 15 years, that concern has been growing steadily. So yes, there's cause for concern. Depends on whichever metrics you are looking at. Most people, everyday people, deal with the issues of crimes of opportunity, which is on the rise. Then these issues of kidnapping, particularly around our food regions, the North Central, is a big source for concern for the country, even as we begin to push towards food sufficiency. So that's the bigger concern beyond the insecurity, the kidnapping, the loss of life. If this goes unchecked in the next 5 years, we may have some serious socioeconomic problems occasioned by this rising state of insecurity. So I'm quite concerned if that's what you're asking.
I hear you. And in this case now, the FCT minister is talking tough. You know, he has held an emergency security meeting, but already the victims of the Abuja kidnap, some of them have been kidnapped. And we know that the assailants have actually also increased ransom to about 700 million naira. What's your reaction to that?
First, on the part of the minister talking tough, finally, we are beginning to make some headway. Firstly, I've said several times that internal security is not the primary responsibility of the commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The governors must come to the party. And it's important that you show the governor of Kaduna State, the FCT minister, and then drilling it down home. I love what the FCT minister said when he said that even the council chiefs have a stake. And I also want to see where, you know, we begin to have KPI sets for the council chairmen themselves and draw them in as stakeholders going forward. Because really, the most sensible approach to security is a local one. And beyond the talk on the part of the FCT minister and the governors, I also want to begin to see the governors clamor for state police. Even though I heard Femi Falana make some very colorful statements, I would say to him with profound respect, he's a legal luminary, he should leave security for security experts. The sentiments expressed that state police will be misused and abused. It's not different from what we're seeing even with federal police, which could also be abused or misused. But if the primary mandate of government is protection of life and property, then by all means possible, beyond the current setup of Section 214 and the past given Section 216, lack of nuance created for other people bigger problem. Because we may now begin to see a case where people are kidnapped, they tell them, call your senator, call your rep, begin a crowdfunding. You can imagine 700 million to 1 billion is a lot of money. So in terms of ransom payments, kidnap for ransom, hostage negotiation, these are not conversations that are had in the public. There are people who are trained for this, and this is all they do, and this is what they should be allowed to do. We must get out of the way of the security professionals and let them do their job, as in this instance. Granted that the police, the DSS, the Nigerian Army is almost, if I say they're overwhelmed, I'm just preaching to the choir, but that's the case we have right now. I think some things must change. So in the case of Abuja, maybe post the meeting between the area council chiefs, let's see if Abuja can now have an FCT vigilante network, which can eventually morph to a security framework. In conjunction, there's a G7, there's a group of 7 thing that we had going on between Nasarawa, Kogi, Benue, I think Abuja, Kaduna, and some other contiguous states.
All right. All right, then we look forward, to that, and really that, peace is restored for every nook and cranny of the country. Onyekachi Adekoya is fellow, Nigerian Institute of Industry Security.